YouTube and the wrestling belt community. This is Andrew back with a brand new belt review video. And this is the belt that I've been pretty much hyping up for well over a year now at this point. This is my real WCW Style, all gold textured big old belt. This was artwork done by Danny Nixon, leatherwork and some of the other things were done by Mrs. B. Pretty much going to do a normal review as I usually do. Belt does have a lot of issues with it, which I will describe as we go along. And pretty much for that reason, the belt is for sale at this point, so I'll be putting it up probably on the eBay and the Facebook belt groups probably in the coming days. It's been pretty hectic around here the last couple of months between work and then bad weather and stuff. I just haven't been able to take pictures. So it is a beautiful belt, but there are some major issues that kind of hinder me from enjoying this belt the way I was expecting to when I ordered it a little over 2 years ago. So I'll explain everything as we go along. So then we'll do the plates, go over the leather work afterwards, and then as usual we'll wrap things up, just an overview. So hang tight and stay tuned. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the plates. So as you can see, this is a all gold version. This is regular acid etched, 4mm thick. Artwork is Danny Nixon's version 2 big gold. If you've seen my dual plated one from probably about 2 years ago now, that was his version 1 artwork. So backstory with this belt is, pretty much Danny had finished up the version 2. He knew I was interested in an all gold copy, so initially I put down a deposit for him to get the work started. The plates were originally going to be double etched, but the first set of plates a couple months in were not etched properly, at least on the double etching part. We tried it with a new etcher that, from I guess work that he's seen, was going to be much better quality as far as much deeper etching. So I was willing to take the risk, and unfortunately it did not work out, at least on the first shot. So second shot we went ahead and just had the plates normal single etched, and then he said he would reach out to a rodeo buckle maker, I'm not sure who or where, but and he would do the plates, the texturing by hand, which actually got me pretty excited because I thought that would be a little bit more unique, because he sent over, it looks like, what the original crumb rind texturing was like as far as pattern goes, and tried to replicate that as much as as good as possible, which I think it came out very well. So he tried to do in pretty much every recessed area as possible. But after that was done, the plates were sent off to Mrs. B, I believe, for plating, stones, leather, and assembly pretty much, and that's where things kind of went downhill. So pretty much the plating was screwed up twice, I guess by whoever was doing it. I think it was sent out to a company. They screwed up big time. There was a lot of issues with the plating. Mostly it was a case of there was too much gold in a lot of areas, like it burnt and discolored. So I sent it back. We did a couple more months. Apparently she was going to fix it, and pretty much it came back with certain spots fixed and same issues in other spots. So at that point I got fed up with having to deal with Mrs. B and all that stuff. So I sent it to Belt Van Dan of beltsbydan.com. And well, he wasn't able to take the plates off the strap, which I will get to the reason why he couldn't do that in another video. Well, not another video, but another part of this video. He did as much as he could. He cleaned up extremely well. All the raised up areas are flawless. There's just plating issues now in a lot of the recessed areas, which it's going to be hard to tell right now. I'll have to flip the belt around to get in the shadows, but a lot of the areas, and pretty much where all the texturing is, and a lot of the recessed areas down to the grapplers, it's all very dark and dirty looking, and pretty much the only way to fully get it fixed would be to completely take the plates off and strip them down and redo them, which personally I'm just not willing to pay for that at this point, even though I probably shouldn't have to, but that's another story for another time. I'm kind of over the belt at this point. So but other than that, it is a very beautiful belt. It's very, very, very good artwork, replicating the original crumb rind, which granted was handmade, so you're never going to be perfect on a 2D etched belt, but this comes pretty darn close. You can see how good the stone holders are, the hand texturing, wording. The only thing the text is missing is texturing within the inner part of the letters, like the original. But again, that's a minor detail, but it looks amazing otherwise. See the grapplers. Everything is part of the artwork, so there's no cast pieces in any fashion like that. You can see the Danny's always been very good with the rope borders. That's very, very nice. I do apologize if in certain spots the belt looks filthy, because I really haven't had the time to give it a proper cleaning, but I really did want to get this video put out to you guys, because we finally have some good weather. It's warm enough where I won't be under freezing, and the sun shines out, which we haven't had much of, at least on my days off lately. So you can see all the texturing, and as expected, the nameplate has my last name on it, because originally I was expecting to be holding onto this belt, so that's why I did that. But even the nameplate itself has some issues. But once I saw the belt, I mean, I'll be holding onto it. I would just leave it the way it is. It's no big deal. It still looks very nice. I did get a WWE Style metal nameplate, etched one, done by Andy Hastings. He did one for me as I guess as a prototype. So I don't have it out here with me, but it has my full name in it, and like the WWE Style font and everything, which looks really nice on this too. It screws in from the front. It's pretty cool. I've had it on a couple times. It looks really nice. Alright, apologies for the cut there. Just had someone walking their dog and making a lot of noise, so I figured I'll just cut the video and we'll cut back to the side plates here. So as you can see, very detailed artwork. The rope border, stall holders, and the grapplers all fit perfectly. Very, very nice, despite the issues. That's one thing. I won't knock the artwork at all, because the artwork came out beautifully. It's just, if it wasn't for the plating, these plates would be damn near perfect, I'd say. You can see the other side plate. I'll see if I can show you the thickness of the rope border and everything, so you can see how that wraps around. One thing I love about this belt, and the other, even the WWE Style ones that you see from like Belt Performance, probably a few other belt makers, most of them do this. Probably overkill, but it's very nice attention to detail. That. Very nice. Really like it. You can see the etching, and how much the nameplate sticks out too. It's you know, obviously it's an additional 4mm thick plate. You can see there. Looks very nice. Alright, and with that said, let's pause it again and we will take a look at the strap. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll start with the left side of the strap here. So as mentioned, this was done by Mrs. B. Her stamp is not on it for some reason, not too sure why. But this was done as requested in the traditional WCW's cast style version, which was all black with black stitching. The traditional long strap, rounded tip at the end, the 2x8 snaps. Quality of stitching is very good. The leather's, I mean, it came to me with a bunch of these marks in it. I don't know if that was before it was dyed and all that stuff. That's just the way the hide was or anything like that. But I mean, it works very good. I mean, the only knock I really have on this strap, other than those couple blemishes there, is that the thickness, I don't know if it's too thin or the leather's too floppy. So it, you know, again, just like the fan dude, the plates just can't stand up on its own with the leather. The leather doesn't hold it up. So I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but maybe time will tell. But you can see the stitching going all the way around. This follows the plates very beautifully. It's a very nice cut. Pretty much exactly what I was looking for. The only thing I would have done different if I really wanted to was to match the Survivor Series 2002 leather cut, which is really this strap with some of it chopped off to make it shorter for like guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels when the belt was reintroduced. The reason I got this over, say, a dual-plated version is just because Survivor Series 2002, for those that don't know, was my first live WWE show, and essentially this version of the belt was won by Shawn Michaels in the first Elimination Chamber in the main event, so it has that kind of sentimental value to me in that fashion. Again, you can see the stitch goes all the way around, it snaps. The mount snaps are covered up by the black leather backing. You see the creases from everything here. The bolts, I mean, I feel like there should be more, especially on the side plates. There's only 4 in one in each corner. So as you see, there's a nice, and they're a little bit on the further end, so there's like a gap. You know, I feel like they could break, especially with the floppiness of the leather. Speaking of the bolts, also I'll show you kind of the back. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but to start off, there is, you know, standard black backing. You know, as expected, all the regular bolts are covered up. Nameplate bolts are exposed if I did want to swap it out, which I have done in the, you know, a couple times already. Now the interesting thing was when I first received this belt a year ago, the first time where it had the original plating damage, where I sent it back, there was one other thing that was odd about this, and there was a bolt missing. I believe it was this one. It was either one of these corner ones. I noticed it while I'm handling the belt that something wasn't right. Actually, nope, I take that back. It was either this one or this one. And I was staring at the, you know, after seeing all the plating issues already being pissed at that point, I just noticed that you know, see when I'm handling it that something's not right, and it turns out there was a bolt not even ever put there. It wasn't like it broke. It was just never put on initially when I guess the plater probably plated the belt and they welded everything together, or however it's done, maybe from the etcher. But so after I sent it back the first time, I got it back for the second time with damage. I believe it was fixed. There was a bolt there now. It was JB welded on, so it wasn't even like it was, you know, redone correctly in that aspect. And then the subsequent bolt over here also has JB weld on it. And I don't even remember if this happened between the first and second go-arounds or the third time after I sent it to Dan. So that kind of annoys me too, because that makes me wonder about the structural integrity of the belt as far as the rest of the bolts, if, you know, anything else is prone to snapping at this point, because these do feel like they're thin, like at least the heads, they feel thin. So I don't know. The only other person that has gotten one of these versions, my buddy Super Dave, he has a dual-plated one that he won in a raffle. He got his a little bit later than mine, I believe, and he actually told me that on Twitter one of his bolts did break, so that does concern me in some fashion if this is going to happen to, you know, before I sell it or to the person I sell it to. But as you can see, the strap is stupidly floppy, very, very, very floppy. A little too much for my liking. I mean, I prefer it to be a little stiff versus floppy in that sense, just so, you know, it can actually hold the weight, because these plates are pretty heavy. They got to be at least 8 to 9 pounds, I think. So, yeah. I know I was preaching this belt for so long, and it just stinks to have to kind of talk about all these flaws. But being that I am going to be selling it, I figure I'll be, you know, disclose as much as I can. But before cutting, let me flip this around. I'll see if I can show you in some shadows the plating issues a little bit more. You should be able to see a lot of this now. You can see that. So I took some pictures before too. It's hard to tell if they came out right, so I won't know until I import these onto the computer. You can see pretty much all contained to the recessed areas. Anything else is just fingerprints and smudges that I haven't cleaned up. I mean, definitely sucks. And I'm just not willing, especially with the broken bolts. I don't know how hard it would be to even get these replated as far as getting them back on the leather correctly. So I just wasn't sure if it was worth even doing it. Considering I was going to sell the belt anyway, pouring $300-400 to replating it, knowing that I'm going to take the loss on it anyway. You know, makes you wonder, like, why bother? But it is what it is at this point. So it's going to cut, and we'll flip the belt back around, and we'll wrap things up. Alright guys, so that is going to wrap things up for another belt review. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you did enjoy the video, despite all the negatives I had to give to it, but nonetheless, it's a very great belt. Danny did a great job as far as doing the artwork, so you can't go wrong if you want to have one of his belts made, whether it's this design or even one of his customs. He does a lot of custom work. He's a very, very, very good graphic artist, so I can definitely recommend him on that aspect. Personally, I wouldn't recommend Mrs. B at this point anymore. I also heard that she hasn't been responding to people as far as whether, you know, people inquiring to get work done or updates on stuff. So, you know, I hate to say that because I've had her work in the past and she was always great to me. So, you know, it's a shame that this even happened, but, you know, it kind of live and you learn. So, With that said, please subscribe if you want to see more content. I will have a couple more videos hopefully going up. Either before or after this one, you'll see the Fandu Big Gold, which is going to be the Big Gold that I'll be keeping in my collection for right now. You may see a second video of that if I do get it re-leathered at some point, which I would like to do since the strap does kind of stink on it. And I will be getting my Ring of Honor AOH logoed tag team belts re-leathered soon, hopefully soon. That does need a new strap. There's some issues with the clear coat and stuff flaking off of it, and amongst other things, the nickel tip that I put on it did tarnish, so I need to replace that, and since it's glued on, I need a new strap either way, so I'll be getting that done hopefully in the next couple months, so you see a video from that. But other than that, I mean, I'm not really collecting anything anymore otherwise. The Fandu was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I wasn't planning on buying it, although I had been thinking about it over a while now, and I figured I'll pull the trigger for the price, so pretty much just besides that, I sold my AOH Ring of Honor World title belt, the All-Star version that you saw, probably my last belt review back in October. I just sold that recently, so that's off to a new home. They're just looking to condense now, just with a lot of real life stuff happening in the future, so better off having the money saved up for more important things at this point. But I have, I'd say the two belts that have the most sentimental value to me at this point. I mean, as nice as the new replicas are, I mean, I'm not watching wrestling in general that often anymore, besides for the monthly pay-per-views, so the belts don't speak out to me, at least the new ones, in the same fashion that the other ones do. But I do always enjoy seeing everyone else purchasing them and sharing their pictures and seeing the happiness that they do bring them. So that I do like that in that aspect. So I'm not leaving the hobby in any aspect of that. I'll still be contributing in some fashion. Probably just won't see many videos from me anymore. That's also part of YouTube being a pain in the ass with their demonetizing of channels that don't have enough subscribers, enough hours of viewage. So I'll still try and put out as much as I can. You probably see more random non-wrestling stuff more than anything upload, as you probably have seen if you check your sub box. Pretty much that's it though. So again, subscribe if you'd like. Please give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Leave a comment too. I'm happy to answer any questions you have or any comments that you'd like to leave. So until the next video, have a great day, guys. Thanks.